First time I saw Rush was 1981, I believe. It was either 80 or 81. It was at Brendan Byrne Arena in New Jersey. And it was during the moving picture store.
Every chance I had to go see them, I couldn't. It was either because of school, it was because of work, and again, thanks to my wife, her and her family got myself and my brother-in-law 2 tickets to go see them when they played at the Barclays Center on the Clockwork Angels tour, and I just couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my God, I'm finally going to see Rush.
Saw my first show while my mom was pregnant with me during the Hemispheres tour. All these years later, still a diehard Rush fan, still my #1 favorite band. Got everything they've ever done, and I will always support this great band.
And to this day, you know, I've seen almost every single tour, and every time I walk away, I just say, wow, these guys are just too much. They're fantastic.
I got started at a young age playing the drums, about 5 years old.
What really hooked me, as I was saying earlier, was when I listened to Press the Steel for the first time. And hearing Geddy wailing the way he does, the signature Geddy Lee wails, just really sucked me in like nothing before.
I must have been probably around 5, and the first Rush song I ever heard was Subdivisions, and I thought it was the coolest thing I had ever heard.
Someone who would turn out to be a very dear friend to me had me hooked around the time of Signals. And once it's in the blood, it's another lifelong fan.
We're a bunch of Rush fans having a beer in a minivan talking about Rush.
About 350.
350? And you have how many pins?
Over 400.
400?
Would you like to count them? I'm not going to take the time to count them right now.
I'll count them after the show for sure.
Well, my first entry into Rush was Fly By Night. A friend of mine told me to go out and buy the album. So I picked it up and I brought it home and I put it on. Fly By Night kicked. The first song was Anthem, and I was hooked.
My first time I went to see Rush was on the 21st September 1979 at New Bingley Hall in Staffordshire, where they'd just come back for a couple of shows after doing the Hemispheres tour, and they previewed the Spirit Radio and Free Will, and that is the first Rush memorabilia that I ever purchased.
My first album that I bought was Roll Bones. It's the t-shirt, right? I did purchase the Chronicles Double album before I did Roll Bones, but the first studio album of that was Roll Bones.
I said, if I'm going to start playing again, I'm going to start a Rush tribute band, because that's the music I want to play.
My husband and I are die-hard Rush fans. He's the one that turned me into a die-hard. I was always a casual fan, but once I heard all their albums, I just couldn't stop listening.
So we went to go see the Clockwork Angels tour at Brooklyn, and the first song was Subdivisions, and I freaked out. I was like, oh my God, it's like I came full circle. It was the first song I heard from them. It was the first song I saw them play live.
I love all eras. I even like the synth. I grew up on that. That was when I first found them. They had synthesizers going, so I was cool with that.
Was that the early 80s?
This guy had Exit Stage Left. I'm a drummer, yeah. He had Exit Stage Left when he used to play at basketball practice. I mean, it was weird. We used to do layup drills to
I like to think I brought them to the table.
When was the first Rush show we saw? Where was we at? Jones Beach.
Jones Beach, that's a good place.
Yes, sir.
No
yes,
doubt.
Sir.
How many times have you seen him?
This
10.
is my second time.
How long ago was the last show?
Like 2 years ago.
2 years ago? And how about you?
Lost count.
So I followed them around a few stops on that Vapor Trails tour. And that tour meant a lot to me because they actually, what happened with Neil Peart and stuff, losing his wife and his daughter and stuff. When they came back after 4 or 5 years, I was real excited when they came back.
I've seen them.
Is it 4 times now?
Yeah, four times.
4 times? Yeah. What was the first one?
I think
Garden State Arts Center, like 2000, like 2009 or so? Yeah. Nice. How about you? Counterparts in Philly.
And we snuck behind the stage on the second tier of Brendan Byrne Arena, and I was looking straight down at Pert playing. And that was like one of the biggest thrills that I ever had.
I attended the R40 tour in Tampa on May 24th with my dad. That was my second time seeing Rush.
First concert was Grace Under Pressure.
Yep.
Same here.
Seen probably more than 25 shows.
They satisfy the desire that I have for technical ability as well. They're all three of them are among the best in the world at what they do.
My brother-in-law, the only experience he's ever had with Rush was seeing us play on stage. And it's funny because he said, wait a minute, there are 3 of them? I'm like, yeah, there are 3 of them. He's like, oh my God, they're amazing.
I think that they constantly striving to do something different, and it's not just an audio experience, it's a visual experience too.
No one compares. No one compares. They have laid the foundation for so many up and coming outstanding musicians. It's that simple.
Let me get you, Mike. Because I know John. I know John.
His hand behind the wheel. Oh, that should definitely make it.
I know John.
That's nice.